Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. Woo! There is a lot going on. What's good? What's good? What's good? Um, tonight's question. Tonight's question is: which upgrade do you think is going to have the most impact? The first is Nakamoto, Chang, Pole, or other. And if you choose other, you better splain. If you're old enough, you know what splain Lucy means. So Joaquin, what's good, my brother? What's good? Other will have the most impact depends on the context and criteria you use to evaluate their significance. Straight out of ChatGPT, dude. I know you're smart enough to not do that. You're gonna have to. You know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to go back and rewrite that. Put it in your own words. I'm not gonna accept that. Nope. No way. No sir. I don't think so. No. No. You got a link. You received a link today. You, Captain Banana, Ty, a few other people. You guys got links. You guys got links. In case you didn't know, we're hosting a class on Sunday all about learning how to do your own research. If you want to register for that class, you go to growmybag.tv/classes, or, well, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Or you can go to, you can join us over on YouTube and drop, I think the number is $43 so that it translates properly because when, after they take their 30%. Um, Lucy and Ricky, that's right, Dennis. You know what's up. You know what's up. So yeah, I haven't done so tonight I'm doing something a little bit special. I have not done a live on Instagram in a minute, and I just wanted to stop by and see, if we should start building, growing that side of the community. We've got a lot. We usually have a lively bunch on the YouTube side. I said, you know what? Let's do something on the IG side and see what's up. But today was actually a pretty decent news day. I mean, I was still tripping over Nvidia doing so well and nobody budging or going down. What's that about? But um, oh, now Joaquin wants to answer. But if I had to pick one, poll because of immediate impact. Okay, I can accept that. I can understand that. Posture Plank, what's up? So, Emergo is EMURGO is one of the founding parties of Cardano. And Charles Hoskinson literally just went out there today and was like, why are you asking me? Go ask Emergo. I have nothing to do with them. He's like, yeah, nah, that's a separate company, separate entity. I have nothing to do with them other than, we work on the same project. He's like, yeah, nah, that's not me. He could have said it better, but he's probably been bombarded with with those kinds of questions all the time. But what makes that significant is the fact that that they're going to be voting on their constitution soon. I think Hutanik said it was going to be like October, something like that. So that's going to be a big deal because we all believe the vote's going to go toward decentralization, and the governing body is going to be able to control about $680 million in the reserve fund, all for building, all for building. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So first comes the Chang hard fork for Cardano, and then the vote. This is what Hutanik's been talking about for a while. It's what I've been talking about for a while. I mean, it's one of the reasons why we're kind of big on Cardano. So when I look at crypto, I see crypto, right now, like if you look at Bitcoin, I think it's at like what, 59,333 at the moment, right? And people are losing their minds. And I'm just sitting back and I'm just going, a few months ago when it hit 50, not even 59, when it hit 50, people were dancing in the streets. And right now they're losing their minds. And I'm just laughing. I'm laughing as I continue to DCA and sprinkle in some dry powder. Why is that? Because sooner or later, it's going to explode. Reason why I say this is because you can only keep an asset compressed, but for so long. before that positive energy must be released. And you have too many catalysts that are coming. That's one of the reasons why I asked the question tonight. Nakamoto, September 1st. Chang hard fork, what's that? Sometime in September. There's all kinds of dates. It's the 4th, it's the 5th, it's 8/27. Well, obviously it wasn't 8/27 because that passed already. What else happened? Then you have Pole. And Pole is going to introduce Polygon 2.0. Polygon has been shaking off the cobwebs and has been waking up. Pay attention to some of these moves that they made. They made an investment in a company the other day, and that investment in that particular Solaire, that investment is all about decentralized physical infrastructure networks. They're expanding into that space, and that is interesting because I keep telling you guys, Polygon is a part of the connective tissue. So you've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Chainlink. You just have certain coins, certain tokens that are just the part of the fabric that keeps it all going. It's part of the fabric that keeps it all going. And I'm not saying I'm naming all the coins. There are tons of coins that fit into that connective tissue, right? And those are some of the coins. And that's why I keep just looking at those coins and I'm just like, nothing's going to move without those coins right now. Chainlink, world's largest oracle. Polygon, because of all the dApps and everything else. It's such an important coin. Coinbase disses everybody. We're not supporting Jack. They didn't support Gala. They didn't support the artificial super intelligence alliance. They didn't support anybody. They're like, nah. But Polygon came along and said, we're changing from Matic to Pole. Coinbase said, yes, sir. We'll support that one. Then Binance came along. Yes, sir. We'll support that one. That's when you know you're moving mountains. That's literally when you know you're moving mountains. I know that Polygon has not been doing well. And I'm not preaching for Polygon. I'm telling you why I like Polygon. I'm sharing with you why I believe it's a part of the connective tissue. Just go look up Polygon and go look up the number of applications, important ones, not just silly little dApps doing nothing. Go look up the number of important applications, important features, important projects that they've been involved in. Go look that up. I've dropped some news about how Polygon's being used for things like settlements, tokenization, DeFi, by financial institutions. Proof of concept was done by Franklin Templeton. Jenny Johnson was bragging about it a couple of months ago. Stellar and Polygon. Don't sleep on Stellar either. Stellar exists to help those that XRP does not. XRP was meant for institutions. Stellar is meant for retail. Stellar was made to help the bankless. So I kind of always support Stellar, just for that one thing. But what other news do we have? For the first time in a long time, Ethereum spot ETFs took in positive inflows. 5 mil to be exact. Give or take. It can't be exact. But that's a lot. That's a big change. That's a mighty big change. And we should be paying attention to it. Wow, 4 votes. 2 people said other. 1 person said Chang. 1 person said Nakamoto. So the other person that said other, you got to hit the chat and let us know what you mean. It's got to say there. DWK64, what's up? And my man Dennis got that Lucy and Ricky. I'm still like, that's what's up. That's what's going on. Jared Chamberlain too. Oh, didn't see you, buddy. What's going on? What's good? So what else happened in the news? Stacks had an upgrade, Nakamoto upgrade, and they dropped. Yeah, Captain Banana, I knew you would repurchase some Polygon. Yeah, that sounds about right. But you got to do your own research and make purchases based on your own research and why you believe in them, right? And I'm not saying that to you, Captain Banana. I'm just saying that in general. That's what people should be doing. That's why we're giving the class on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go register for the class. I'll send you the link to the meeting. Certain people have already registered for the class, and they already got the link to the meeting. The reason why I'm sending out links to the meeting is because if I just invite everybody, into the meeting at once, everybody would see everybody's email address. And I'm like, nah, there's a little bit of security going on here, which is why we have the whole registration process. Amora Ray, what's going on? I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, please let me know. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Coinbase hopes that AI can help them stop or slow down some of the outages that they have. Interesting. No judge, not judging. I just find it interesting, right? That they're going to say, well, we know we have problems with outages and we're going to use AI to fix it. So you're still trying to play that game that you didn't control those outages? Sometimes it just feels that way, doesn't it? It just feels that way. Conveniently, some of these exchanges are just like, oh, no, you can't get to your money. You can't get to your assets right now. Say, what do you what? When I want my assets, I want my assets. Get your minds out of the gutter. Get your minds out of the gutter. Seriously, stop that. It's gonna make me have all kinds of weird jokes. And we don't need to let Joaquin choose violence. He's a bad boy. Shiba Inu announced a second game that's going to be hosted on or built upon their layer 2, solution, Shibarium. And I keep telling people, you keep sleeping on Shibarium, you keep sleeping on Shiba Inu, and that's not the right thing to do. That team is doing some crazy stuff. Nice. Wait, was it a good trip? You changed your trip. Is it a good trip? I'm gonna be upset if you tell me it was gonna be a good trip. I'm glad you changed it, but I'll be upset if you changed it. And I've had people purchase the class. So here's what's effed up. You people think you're freaking slick. So here's the deal. I've had a number of people purchase the class to let me know that they were interested in the class. Then to turn around and tell me I'm not going to be able to make the class. So I'm like, all right, what time zone are you in? Somebody actually said, well, I'm in a different time zone, and that's like 9 a.m. is 6 a.m. where I'm at. So this time I was choosing because I'm so used to getting up early to work with overseas counterparts as a part of my consulting business. So I'm so used to getting up early and having those early meetings. So what I'm going to do, which is what I told someone, I'm not going to say any names, but this is what I told someone. You're guaranteed that I'm going to have a second class, and you're guaranteed that it will be on a Sunday, and you're guaranteed that it will replace the Sunday roundup. So I figure 4 p.m. should make it so that either 4 p.m. or 12 p.m. so that everybody would be able to join, right? I think that's fair. And it won't break up too many people's days or anything else like that. So I'm either going to catch you toward the end of your day, the middle of your day, not the middle of your day, but early afternoon or early morning, and it should flow well in your day. So that's what we're doing. Let me know if you like that idea. I think I like that idea. Very slick though. Oh yeah, no, here's the money for my registration, but yeah, I'm not going to make the class. No, I'm going to have a second class now. And I told this one person I would have that second class even if it was just that person and myself in the class. Just because she did that. Because she knew when she did the registration, she knew she was not going to be able to make that class. When I talk about, this community and how much support it's shown me, that's how much support I'm trying to show you guys. Tools, classes, books, all that stuff. The conversations we have are just crazy, insane. You know how many people I've told, just go back to last night's conversation. It was awesome. It was like some of the most fun I've had You know, I usually have like the most fun doing the crypto overflows. You know, the nighttime lives. It's probably when I have the most fun. It's just fun. It's just like crazy fun. So the class. In case you don't know, the class is going to be, you know, a meeting using Microsoft Teams. I don't even think you have to download the software. I think you can watch it through the browser. Probably a better experience if you do download the software, but I believe you can watch it through the browser. You can also dial in if you just want to listen. Um, but it's a two-way street. It's not just me speaking and communicating through chats. Everybody on Instagram, you know, you can chat. It's not going to hurt my feelings. You guys can drop notes and stuff like that. That's what it's all about. Um, Everybody on YouTube already knows that. They drop me little supers and thank yous and all that stuff. And they ask some really, really good questions. And I read it. When I see a question I like, I read the question and I get it out there. But the community is really good. Hutanic and I can't flip to the screen to see everybody's name that was commenting, but Hutanic had started a thread and basically made a black man blush. And then somebody else chimed in. Um, was it Mr. Big? It was one of the guys. It's really gonna bother me if I don't get that name. It's really gonna bother me, like extremely. I'll be ticked off if I don't get this name. Um, so give me a moment. Let me get the name, because when people mention your name, you gotta say it. Um, Bianca, thank you. She said happy birthday to my mom. Today's mom's birthday. Um, it was Pillsbury Doughboy. It was Pillsbury Doughboy that gave me the compliment. Him and Hutanic, and I was humbled. It was awesome. It was awesome. Envision Lawn, what's up? What's good? Provost Terry, what's good? Like I said, if you have questions, don't be afraid to hit the chat. Let me get back to the news. So Stacks does their upgrade. They drop. They don't tank, but they drop. No big, no big things right there. You know, Bianca decided to finally show up. Just saying, just saying. I didn't see you sign up for the class yet, Bianca. I'm hurt. Just saying. What else is good? Um, BitGet wallet boosts meme coin trading. Just reading my notes. Everybody knows I take crazy notes. The BitGet crypto wallet is now offering enhanced features for trading meme coins on the Tron and BNB blockchains. Expansion into certain spaces I'm paying attention to as well by exchanges, specifically exchanges. Because I don't know if you realize, but I said it a while ago, the exchanges, just same way banks need to redefine what it is that they do, exchanges are starting to figure out what they're going to do. They've got to figure out additional revenue streams, and that's what they've been working on. Smart. It really is smart, because the more people that understand how an exchange works and understands custodial versus non-custodial wallets, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal because most people, it'll turn into OTC transactions. So if you host a website on our website and somebody pays, your e-commerce store with crypto, that's an OTC transaction. It's strictly between you two. We don't insert ourselves in the middle. They could take a copy of the QR code, boop, boop. Money goes directly from them to you. I think that's the way it's going to be in the future. And exchanges are going to have to find different ways. There will always be a place for an exchange. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that exchanges don't have a place. I'm just saying that exchanges need to find new revenue streams and start cultivating them now so that they're ready and prepared in the future. That's like a big deal. Must happen. Stick Johnson. What you mean, Stick Johnson? What you talking about, Stick Johnson? 69, 88, 69, really? 88 times? 69, 88 times? Dude, that whole name, that whole name is naughty. But what's up? Bianca, did you snatch anything today? I was just curious. I'm just curious to know, did anybody, with the market going the way it's going now, one, does everybody have a DCA strategy? Two, did your DCA strategy increase or decrease what you were buying? And then I want to know, as another question, like, how many coins do you have? How many coins do you have? The reason why I ask, I know this is crazy, but the reason why I ask is because, I told you guys that I get stuck when I'm looking at coins. That's one of the reasons why I created the GMD crypto tracker. It's because that GMB X factor that we have, it truly helps me get centered. Because back in the day, I used to have like mad coins, like just mad coins. And I just started one by one, just selling, dumping, selling, flipping, right? And consolidating and honing, right? Kind of thinning the herd on it. Oh, you tripled up on SHIB? Ty, my man. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, let me ask you a question. Why did you triple up on SHIB? Like, what was your driving factor on SHIB? Just curious. Just curious. What makes you click about SHIB that gets you there? And you should have gotten the link as well. So, Captain Banana, happy birthday, Mom. Thank you, Captain Banana. Thank you. I will let her know. I actually, you know what? I don't even know if she's just sitting there listening right now. I hope not, because she's supposed to be out. Yeah, she's supposed to be out to dinner right now. As I look at the time, she's supposed to be out to dinner right now. So I hope she's enjoying dinner. Her and her hubs. What other news is there? Chainalysis reports growth in crypto-enabled CSAM networks. A blockchain data analytics firm, you know who they are, reported an alarming increase in the use of cryptocurrency by networks involved in the distribution of child sex abuse material. It's one of the reasons why I like Chainalysis. Because they bubble things up. Things that, are down here, they bubble things up. It's something for us to all be aware of. That's one of the reasons why I captured that story. Ripple burns. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about how many they burn, but Ripple is about to drop RLUSD. That's coming. It's coming this year. Absolutely coming this year. Joaquin, thank you. I'll let her know. I think that RLUSD is going to have a very large impact, I think. A very large impact. And I think that impact is going to affect Circle first. Sounds crazy. Sounds insane. But I think it's going to affect Circle first. And the reason why is because Ripple just has so much backing. Just so much backing. And when they go IPO, holy moly. I think we're going to see, and think about this. It's just a stable coin. It's just a stable coin. So when it comes out, I mean, it's pegged to the dollar. It's going to be backed by real reserves, all that good stuff. But it's just a stable coin. But I think that stable coin's growth is going to be meteoric in terms of market cap. I mean, I think that every exchange out there is just going to be like, oh, we'll accept that. Now, will it achieve the level of acceptance and pairing that Tether enjoys? No time soon. No time soon. Tether is the number one, period. Period. But one of the things that I pay attention to is the fact that other stablecoins can do well. They can do very well. Every now and then, like, I know who my jokesters are. But every now and then the quiet ones just blurt out a little something, and it's hilarious. So Captain Banana posted, I'm gonna say it for you. It's too bad. Captain Banana posted that, girls always love a little bit of growth. here I am trying to be serious, talking about crypto and stocks and investing and all that good stuff, and she's cracking jokes like that. She growth is good. She's doubling down now. We're because what is it? DMAC and Hutanic aren't here, so now you're trying to get started, and that's going to start off, with freaking Joaquin, and then it's just going to take off from there. Next thing you know, everybody on Instagram will join in and do the same. Lord of mercy. Their layer 2 blockchain and metaverse project, the fact that they actually are doing practical use kind of things, dude. I hold up Shiba Inu as an example. If you look at Shiba Inu and what the Shiba army is doing, right? There's only one meme that I think is traveling in that pattern. Care to guess which one? Anybody? Instagram? Anybody? Anybody have any ideas? It's freaking Floki. It's freaking Floki. Floki's been cutting deals left and right. Cutting deals left and right. And somehow I just think Floki's going to come out and they're going to say, we're developing something. What they are doing is they're expanding on what they're doing, right? And when I look at Shiba Inu wrote that playbook, right? Shiba Inu wrote that playbook, started off as a meme. And here's the thing. I would love to interview somebody from that team because I'm just dying to know, like, did you always start off as a meme, or did you, there, Stitch, or did they start off with, yeah, we're going to start off as a meme so we can get out there, but here's the plan, and keep it quiet. Just here's the plan. Because dang, they did it. Like, I still see them in meme coin lists, and I'm just like, hey, Auger. And then Bob Dotto, what's going on? I know I mispronounced that name, and I greatly apologize. Both of you. Everybody whose name I mispronounced, please forgive me. But yeah, I'm looking at Floki just flipping through Shiba Inu's playbook and saying, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Because they're starting to build out an ecosystem. That's what it's all about. My daughter's going to hang out. College kids. Just saying. So I'm just looking at that playbook and I'm just like, wow, it's interesting to watch. And I have not seen another meme moving in the same way. I have not seen them do that. What's interesting about Shiba Inu, like Ty just said, they're actually building upon that layer 2 solution that they have. And that's big. What's going to be bigger is when you find other people that build on it. I'm telling you, I'm just sitting here and I'm just paying attention to Shiba Inu. I know a lot of people slept on Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu just blew up. They jumped up and they just maintained. Shiba Inu has a knack for just hitting a new spot and maintaining that new spot. Like, that's our low and that's it. That's our new low. We hit a higher new low and that's it. We're staying right there. We're not going to go below that. That's what we're doing. I think Shiba Inu is going to blow up big. I think it could blow up bigger than their all-time high, like far. As a matter of fact, what does the GMB X Factor say about Shiba Inu? Give me a moment. Shiba Inu's GMB X Factor is 5.15x. I think it's going to blow by that. I think it's absolutely going to blow by that. It's 83.70% off of their all-time high. And the GMB X Factor, like I said, is 5.15. They're going to blow by that. No diggity, no doubt. No diggity, no doubt they'll blow through it. Rick Ritchie, what's good, my brother? The fact Satoshi is stepping away, leaving it a true decentralized space. Yep. And it's not just him. It's another guy too. Oh, another person. Sorry. It's the two of them that are stepping away and saying, we're leaving it in great hands. We're leaving it in great hands. That's a big deal. Which is why I'm keeping an eye on Cardano, because the Hoskinson era is about to go away. That's what I call it. Everything pre-Chang, I call the Hoskinson era. After Chang, I think it's October, they'll be voting on the Constitution to redo the Constitution, and it will be decentralized. And I'm just sitting back and I'm all about it. Because I know this is going to sound mean, but I think Charles Hoskinson was holding it back. I think he's a stick in the mud. I think some of his ideas, he's very smart. Don't get me wrong. Separate the two. Very smart. Great at what he does. But I think some of his ideas, some of his comments really have had a detrimental effect on the positivity growth for Cardano. So I think when he takes a step back, I think after the Chang hard fork, I think Cardano is going to explode up. I really do. If it remains as, strong of a blockchain, as secure as a blockchain, as resilient of a blockchain, a lot of other blockchains are going to sit back and go, we should pay attention to that. I'm thinking Toncoin. Down twice, right? That wasn't fun. They're gonna have to figure out how to handle something like that. What they're basically saying is, we couldn't handle the launch of dogs. We couldn't handle the launch. I mean, I love how they came out publicly, the transparency of how they're handling things, but still, Daniel BMX, what's up, dude? But still, Toncoin needs to figure out how they're gonna scale. They have not fixed that yet, and they need to. But I'll tell you something. When they do, it will be ridiculous. What is it? Sonium? It's Sonium by Sony. I think that's another coin that's gonna come along and blow people's minds. And a lot of people aren't putting two and two together, but Sony has Sonium, and they just bought that exchange. Let me see what the name of the exchange is. Sony. It's called Amber Japan. They recently acquired it. I think they acquired it like July 1st is when I reported that. So imagine what they'd be able to do with all the people on their game stations being able to pay. These people pay to play. I know I wasn't trying to make a rhyme, sorry. But yeah, that's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Oasis partners with SBI Holdings for blockchain gaming. We need to pay attention to institutions that get involved in crypto in completely different ways. SBI has been doing a whole bunch of things in different spots. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's look them up too. SBI. When I say look them up, I'm obviously looking up my own notes, because people know I do that kind of stuff all the time. Yep. So Ripple has announced a collaboration with Hashkey DX and SBI Ripple Asia to introduce enterprise blockchain solutions to the Japanese market. That was back on May 5th of this year. And SBI Holdings, my news on SBI goes all the way back to August 2022. I'm telling you, don't sleep on SBI. Do not sleep on SBI. I mean, the first thing that I reported about SBI, as I'm looking at it, I was just curious. SBI Group to offer OTC derivatives trading in the U.S. after CFTC approval. The next one was, let's see. They launched Shiba Inu trading July 29th of 23. SBI has been making moves. They've been making really big moves all over the place. And when I think of, when I told you about Shiba Inu, I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, it's pretty nuts when you think about where Shiba Inu was back in 23, back in 22. To be recognized by somebody, Artist to Life, what's going on? To be recognized by somebody like SBI Holdings, that's not small. SBI has been dipping their toe and getting involved in like just different places, gaming, layer twos, DeFi. They've been getting involved for a long time. They've been a player for a long time, a very long time. HSBC too. And if you're really interested in what's going on in the United States, I mean, take a look at Franklin Templeton. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. I tell people all the time, if you're interested in crypto, you also need to pay attention to certain stocks and certain institutions to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. The smarter institutions aren't just talking about crypto. They're investing in crypto. They're investing in crypto projects, and they're integrating the technology. That last one is key. It's big. It's big. You gotta do your own research. You gotta get into that. Must. Whew. Still going. Let's see. This morning, did you pay attention to, I mentioned that, Pavel Durov got a new jail cell, right? So they let him out of the actual jail cell, and now his whole jail cell is France. He's not allowed to leave the country. I mean, he's got enough money that if he wanted to sneak out, I'm pretty sure he could find a way. I think that's not going to bode well for France, but they're looking for his brother. They've issued a warrant for his brother. I hope his brother's smart enough not to go to that country. What do you think of Cardano being used for voting? For what? Like government voting? Could. But I think you could, I think, let me stop and think about that for a minute, because I think after the Chang hard fork, you'd be able to do NFTs, and then if you could do NFTs, then everybody gets an NFT and they can vote using their NFT. But you could do that with any chain right now. Well, any one of the chains out there right now, and do a good job. People have been talking about that for a really long time. I think the only thing that's a big deal is the initial issuance of the NFT must be anonymous. So a one-time use NFT that allows you to vote, right? And it needs to be done so that the app that it's tied to doesn't capture any information from your phone or mobile device or computer. So there are things that you'd have to take in consideration to be able to implement that kind of a thing, but it can definitely be done. It's not even hard. So I think that would be something that would be interesting. But, anything to make it better, they're probably not going to be interested in doing it. Just saying. You had that. You still have the OpenSea thing. I'm waiting to see how many, because OpenSea hinted that there might be creators that are going to get Wells notices as well. And I'm like, when this first started with OpenSea, I just sat there and I was kind of like, it's a bit much. That's a bit much. Because we finally heard about it. We actually first heard about it a while ago, and then you're hearing about, well, they finally got a vote, a Wells notice. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, they couldn't do it. They couldn't bring down crypto with Ripple. They're trying it with Coinbase, and they're having a really hard time. They caught Kraken out there the first time, but now this time, Kraken tried to get rid of it, but Kraken's going to fight. OpenSea is going to fight. And you had that change in the Chevron rule, which takes a lot of the gunpowder from the SEC. I don't think the SEC has a chance of winning. I think they're trying to intimidate. I think that's all they're doing is they're trying to intimidate. And I don't think that's going to work. You're talking about too many projects, too many organizations, too many companies that can actually afford to fight the fight. What did they say yesterday? They who voting with security, yesterday's topic. No, it's not yesterday's topic until it gets implemented. Everybody will continue talking about it and making demands about it until it happens. Imagine in the United States if you had blockchain-based voting along with term limits. Just saying. I'm trying to understand what you mean by what did they say yesterday about Telegram, about Durov. Which one? I was covering a lot of topics and I wasn't sure. NFT is security. Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks, Joaquin, because I wasn't following. Yeah, NFTs as a security, and a lot of people are fighting back, saying art is not a security. And I brought it up yesterday in that long-winded, talk. But so Picasso, Erte, just all of them, they're all securities now, right? When somebody loans artwork to a museum, because that's what a lot of people do when they have that kind of loot. Security? Just saying. Just how I don't see how they think they can win this fight. I don't see it. I don't see it. But that's a lot. That's a lot of news to actually happen in the past, just over the past couple of days. Right? I mean, I was interested. I didn't look to see what Toncoin is doing. Toncoin is at $5.47. Yeah, I kind of made out on that one. It went up higher. I didn't sell it because I'm holding it until it hits like $8-9. And yes, I do think it's gonna hit like $8-9. People look at Instagram, but they don't. It doesn't look like they stay on Instagram. I have an idea about this one person who's staying right now, but unless Instagram's numbers are wrong. I'm just wondering, how many of you are actually making moves before September? Like, this is vacation week in the United States. This is big time vacation week. Next week could wind up being a big week. Right? September 1st is poll. And I think a couple of days after that, we're probably going to have the Chang hard fork. The 18th, we have obviously the decrease, the interest rate decrease. Oh, you were responding to Joaquin. Thank you. Because I was like, what did I miss? I can't put it together. But yeah, I mean, you look at everything that's coming just in September. Just in September alone, I'm just thinking, we've got a lot of things going on. I used to think that, just, if you'd asked me a couple of days ago, how much do I think the decrease is going to be, how much the rate cut was going to be, I would have said, 25 basis points. There have been so many people just whining about it. I'm wondering if it's going to wind up being 50. I think 50 would be the wrong move because it would set the tone for they're not asking for the 50 because they need 50 now. They're asking for the 50 so that it sets the tone for the next couple of rate cuts. Again, I still think that I think it still should be, 25 basis points or 25 bips, as they say. But I think that's all it should be. And then we get one more before the year end. And then you have Christmas season. Don't forget, we're going to have to vote in the United States. We're going to have to vote this year. So that's going to be big. That's a catalyst in and of itself. Rick Ritchie, what is the best time to trade in the United States with most volume in the market? I have no idea. That's not really how I trade. Volume in the market can actually steer you wrong. Yeah, actually, still, you're wrong. So you know how I tell you guys you have to pay attention to the rhythm, right? That's what I pay attention to. What's the rhythm? So you have the market's rhythm, and then you have a coin's rhythm or a stock's rhythm. And you have to get to know those rhythms before you can make a move. Or before, you should before you make a move. As long as you buy NVIDIA, you good. I asked this morning, with NVIDIA taking a nosedive last night, if you're into stocks, who bought? Because why wouldn't you be buying right now? Like, NVIDIA shouldn't have gone down, but it did. And that told me that, oh, here's an opportunity. I think there are just a bunch of people that had purchased beforehand. Damn. It went down again. Damn. 6.38% down today. That's nuts. Like, who wouldn't be buying right now? Man, that's some sexy information right there. If I was in the stocks, I'd be all about it. 117.59, smart Alex, not 118. Just playing. Buying one option tomorrow. Smart. You know what I'm really upset about is that we can't get in on OpenAI's numbers. They're going for a funding round, and they're freaking going to be valued at minimum $100 billion. $100 billion. Nuts. But should you be looking at NVIDIA, or should you be looking at pin plays? At this moment, I'd be looking at NVIDIA directly. 117, go buy 10. Drop a rack. You know what I mean? Drop a rack. $1,170. Drop a rack. And then when it goes back up, I mean, what's been NVIDIA's number over the past, 1 month? It's been as high as about 130. Exactly 130 over the past month. But it was 134. Let me see. 1 year. Yeah, 134 has been its high. So, yeah. So if you get it 134, that's literally greater than a 10, what is that, 15% or something like that? 17%, give or take. You can make a couple of bucks off of that. How long is it going to take for it to recover? A month? You buy options, just like Joaquin said. You buy an option, one. You buy one option, you could probably make some money off of that. Captain Banana, I don't know what that means. Is that PITR? PLTR? Certain letters, when they're together, I can't make them out. I know I'm old. And then you have, is that a dot, period, or dot, comma, dot? Like, it's really small. It's really, really small. So, yeah, there's a lot of news that we should be paying attention to. And I'm hoping that you guys are paying attention to the news as it affects your bags. A lot of people get stuck in the news, and we'll be talking about it during the class. A lot of people get stuck in the news, and that news is only about, things that won't affect their bag. So we'll get into that. It's study long, study wrong type deal. But it's also study wrong. So, just saying. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Oh, Palantir, yes. That's another one. Palantir is another one. But I'm paying really close attention to stocks that have anything to do with crypto. NVIDIA does. right? The whole D-pins infrastructure thing, chips. So I'm paying attention to that. So they've got AI and crypto out the wazoo, and crypto hasn't even really hit a stride yet. Imagine what Nvidia and the rest of the chip stocks are going to do when tokenization really starts happening. That's that boom shakalaka moment right there. It really is. But anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, tell your friends all about it. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe over on GrowMyBag.tv. We've got a lot of things coming. You're most welcome. Thank you. Like I said, we do have the class coming up on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register for the class at GrowMyBag.tv/classes. We'll be talking about how to do your own research. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Have a good night. Bye-bye.